In 11 games into the season, the Seattle Storm are in first place in the Western Conference. It's a really simple, seemingly innocuous statement until we take a closer look. In April, the Storm lost league MVP Breanna Stewart for the season with a ruptured Achilles tendon. A few days later, we learned that their head coach, Dan Hughes, would need surgery to remove a cancerous tumor in his digestive tract. A month after that, we learned future Hall of Famer Sue Bird would miss most, if not all, of this season with a knee injury. And yet, here we are, 11 games in, and the Storm are in first place in the Western Conference. Oh, and did I mention that 7 of their first 9 games were on the road, 6 of them in the Eastern time zone? When they actually played at home, it had to be in an unfamiliar setting up in Everett, which will share duties with UW while their new billion-dollar home at Seattle Center Arena goes up. So yes, for 2 months, the Storm have been the mercenaries of the WNBA without 2 of their best players or their backup point guard this past weekend in an unusual home arena, and until this weekend without their head coach. And they're still in first place in their conference. It is a statement to all of us, including myself, who admittedly doubted their prospects this season. To all of us that laughed off this seemingly cliche-sounding notion from Jewell Loyd before the year even began.
We're the champs, and in my eyes, we're the champs until someone beats us. And that's the mindset, is that we're still a great team. Everyone on this team is definitely confident in who they are and what we are.
It turns out Jewell was right, because as defending champions, we all forgot that everyone on this team has the heart of a champion too, the resilience of a champion as well, traits that can't be measured or defined. It's a reminder that when the Storm won a title last season, they did so as a team. The role players who returned this year won a championship too, spurring confidence to handle the extra responsibilities that come with the absence of 2 perennial all-stars and team leaders. So far, Natasha Howard has gone from most improved player last season to a dominant force this year. When you combine that with Jewell Loyd's star power, Alicia Clark's consistency, Sammy Whitcomb's scrappiness, and more, the winning formula is actually still there. It's also a testament to a front office that's withstood the challenges of smaller rosters in the WNBA to build a team with enough depth to endure such crushing blows. This whole week, we've embraced the Seattle Seawolves, who won a second straight championship thanks to an incredible push in the final seconds of that game. But we often forget that those championship moments overshadow a memorable journey to get there in the first place, filled with their own challenges and adversities to test a team's will. If you're paying attention, that's exactly what the Storm are overcoming right now. No Stewie, no Sue, no head coach for 9 games, no familiar home in which to play. And yet, 11 games in, they're at the top of the standings in the Western Conference. Maybe that quest for 2 straight titles isn't a pipe dream after all. So what do you think? How do you think the Storm would be when you heard the news about Stewie and Sue in the first place? What's impressed you most about their start this season? You can always find me on Twitter at AaronQ13Fox or email us at aaron@q13fox.com.